everyone. Good morning. This is Mamie, and today is Mondays with Mamie. Before I actually get started on talking about the subject area that I chose for today, I wanted to just take a moment to acknowledge the families and the survivors of the event that happened in Vegas. My heart goes out to you. I send you prayers and surround you with light and love. And I just wanted to say that before I get started because, this really gave me a moment to think about who we are and what we are doing in life and how life can be short. So my heart goes out to you. I'm thinking of you, and I hope that you can find a moment of warmth and gratitude for being here today. Whew. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is personal growth. So thank you for at least letting me acknowledge what's happened in the world today. Today we live in a very small bubble sometimes, and opening up what we do in our lives sometimes can actually make a difference for someone else. And so that's why I'm choosing to just continue and do what I do. And today, my topic today is personal growth and the importance of that why in my life and why I continue to grow personally. A long time ago, I was sitting in one of Anthony Robbins' events, and people ask me, why do you go to all of these events? I can tell you why. The reason why I go is because it helps me settle my heart. And sometimes I could choose to stand in front of or sit in front of the television and just keep watching all of the events in the world. But you know what I realize is that is not where I can make a difference in people's lives. And so this is what I choose. I choose personal growth. I choose personal development. I choose to make a difference in my life as well as the lives of the people that I come into contact with. My mission in life has always been to impact lives. And just recently, more specifically, I choose to impact the lives of 21 million women around the globe. And so everything that I do with my family, with my grandchildren, with my children, is to always know that when we do what we do best in life, that is how we can help the next person, or how we can actually live and make that impact in the world. So I choose personal development and personal growth. And when I went to a Tony Robbins event, the one thing that I heard him say, which really stood out for me, was this one quote. And he says, if we are not living, we're not learning, then we're dying. Or if we're not growing, we're dying. And so, I've interpreted that in many, many ways in my life. But it was because of his quote, if you aren't growing, you're dying, is what actually spurred me to go ahead and actually pursue that path of personal development. And I continue to do that even at my age. And so, personal development or personal growth to me is the choice we make to improve self-awareness. It also helps us to identify who we are and what we want to do in life. It also allows us to take a look at what talents we have and what talents we can bring to the world. It also allows us to learn some of the things that we haven't quite have a grasp on, but then we can learn and take that to the next level, or actually take next steps, or take action. And so we all work on this. And it's these skills and these learnings that actually help prepare us for the opportunities that are going to show up in our lives to help us establish or enhance or sometimes live the quality of life that we choose. And so sometimes we may not know where we're going, but there is help. And when we choose, we will find so many other opportunities that come to us that will help us take that next step. You know, I was always told, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And I have been so fortunate because I have been ready, and I have had many, many teachers come into my life. And it is through these moments, these memories, that have actually helped me to make up who I am today and what I believe I will be tomorrow. And so, you know, today I've learned that opportunities lie in me being that lifelong learner. And because I've chosen to be a lifelong learner, I know that I'm on that path to become an influencer and an empowered leader. So what are you choosing? Because if you choose to become that lifelong learner, the opportunities, the lessons, and whatever we're choosing to learn is like a magnet. They all start to come to us. And so I know that through my ongoing education, my ongoing exposure to leaders that have come into my life, friends who have come into my life, it's because of these people that I know that I have that true understanding that I am not growing. And if I am not growing, then I truly am dying. So I challenge you, open that up. What is your growing point today? And how can we make that change in life? And you know, there's 5 points that I learned as I have chosen that path to lifelong learning. And the first is awareness and understanding. And so that first point, awareness and understanding, what does that mean? Well, when I'm training in that area, and I always begin with that self-awareness and self-understanding, because when I'm doing that, then I then begin to be able to understand different perspectives, different potentials, and that aspect of just knowing. You know, I start with myself, and I train with this acronym, myself. The M means me and mine. You know, when I know that I'm contributing, it benefits both me and others. The Y in myself is yearn. You know, knowing that what I yearn for is the purpose in which I live and act. For me, that was powerful. S, be simple and share it. So I say keep it simple and share it so others can thrive and prosper. And when we don't make it about ourselves, but about what I can gain and what others can gain, my goodness, how powerful that could be. E in myself is energy. You know, we've all heard that saying, where everything is energy, and where focus goes, energy flows, and results show. That is mind-blowing sometimes. Because if you take a look at where our energies are flowing today, what is that going to do to help us? Does that serve us? Does that serve others? So if we can actually keep that energy alive and positive and focus on that, then maybe we can make that difference in the next person's life. That L, love it or leave it. And what I mean by that is this: if you love what you're doing, then continue doing it. But if you find that what you're doing today and you're doing every day and it's not working, then maybe it's time to just leave it. If it's something that no longer serves you, then it's time to leave it. So I say live life with love and passion. And if it's not, then it's time to leave. And that F. The F in myself is follow your heart. Follow your heart. Because when we follow our heart, we come from a different perspective. We're not thinking about it. We're not trying to calculate what will come out from it. But the F is follow your heart, because our heart knows that when we are doing something, and if the heart is light, it's the best place to be. But when that heart is heavy, then maybe we need to take that step back and really take a look at, should I continue, or is this no longer serving us? So if it's not, then leave it. So think of yourself, think of myself, but know that when you are contributing, it benefits both you and others, then you're on that right path. The second point that I keep in mind in my personal growth is that smart goal setting. You know, when we have goals, it helps us enhance the quality of our lives and keeps us on track to achieving the lifestyle and what we desire and what we deserve. That's important, what we deserve. So throughout my life, I have lived life intentionally by keeping my goals specific, measurable, and actionable. And I know that I drive people crazy with my time management skills, but it is the one thing that I know that has kept me on track to where I am and where I am going in life. So although sometimes we get sidetracked, I know that everything I have set my heart and mind on, I have achieved tenfold. And I could not have done it without goal setting. So the third point, commitment to action. So when we commit, you know, there are over 1 million results when we type in the words, ready, fire, aim. And, you know, some people take that badly. Some people say, yeah, ready, fire, aim. But no matter what we think about it, those words actually allow or spur us to take action. But not just any action, but action that aligns with my personal and business goals. You know, a commitment to take full responsibility for my vision, my mission, and my goals. And in my personal development plan that I've set forth, I choose to change something in my life every day. So my heart goes out, but at the same time I need to stay centered and also be there for the people. And this is my way of communicating. So be aware. Communicate it. So also take that commitment to take action. You know, I've learned to extend myself into new areas that challenge me and add to my growth, personally and professionally. In fact, you know, at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was wide awake because my phone was pinging. And I made the big mistake sometimes. I start looking at Facebook. And what I found was that tragic happening that happened in Vegas. And it was at that moment that I had to choose whether I was going to continue to read on or take a more positive action. And that's why I'm here doing my Mondays with Mamie. So I hope that you all understand. You know, taking action is important for our growth. And as a volunteer with a well-known personal development company, I've learned to not only ask people, can I? I've learned to change that and say, how can I? So how can I serve? And how can I be a better servant for not only myself, but also for other people? And then the next thing I ask myself is this: what else is awesomely possible? Or how does it get any better than this? And when I can ask those two questions of myself, I find myself snapping and making that change into a more positive framework. And then I take that next step to do more. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Charlotte. Hey, Chaplain. Thanks for joining me this morning. Now the fourth step. The fourth step is focus. Focus and consistency. You know, as you can see, commitment to action is important. Yet focus, following one course until successful, with consistency is the game changer. So how many of you are actually guilty of the shiny object syndrome? You know, I've been guilty of it. And had I just focused on my course as a trainer and a speaker, I know I would have been well into my personal power a long time ago. Consistency is the true action of focus. And to be consistent is to have that simple patience, just patience, to stick with what we are doing so that we can move in the direction we want to achieve. And it sometimes requires the belief in ourselves that we can and will go through the finish line. Not stop at the finish line, but go through that finish line. To the finish line means we haven't finished. We're just at it. So go through that finish line. And lastly, keep that belief that what we bring to the table is beneficial not only to ourselves but to all. And if we don't share that, then we are doing a disservice. Since I've chosen to consistently focus on my training and speaking business, many opportunities. This student is ready and the teachers are coming out of the woodwork. And so this is where I want to be today. I want to be focusing. I want to be ready so that when the opportunities present itself, that I can then champion the cause, my cause, for making a difference in the world. And also not feeling guilty about getting paid to do it. So be open to those opportunities. Take that commitment to action. And the last thing I want to talk about is dedication. I believe in dedication through experience, exposure, and education. And that my success will come through my individual growth and aligning with people like you, Charlotte, like you, Susan, like you, Jeannie. Because we all have a place in this world. And we all are looking to grow in what we believe in. And we know that aligning ourselves with a powerful team of people means that we have to be able to reach out and ask for help. That's been my theme this whole time. Reaching out for help. Our contributions, as long as they're focused and we know where we want to go, then together we can collaboratively work towards that mission, those visions, and understanding what our personal truths are, and being able to reflect on what works and what doesn't work, and be okay with it. Our ability to act, and the courage that it takes for us to step outside of our comfort zone so that we can serve others, and then in turn reap and receive those benefits in return. I challenge you to be open and honest with yourself, to choose that positive mindset, and be courageous in your life in being authentic to who you are choosing to be. And when we all are authentic, when we all choose that positive path, then just imagine the acceleration of awareness and the momentum that we cause in not only our lives, but the lives of other people. And so when we choose to make this world a better place, I believe we become that warrior of change that we desire. So I encourage you to be that warrior for yourselves and for others. And to take that time to know that when you choose to serve others, you choose that path of the warrior. And you choose to grow. And remember, if we aren't growing, then we truly are dying. And if you choose the path that you want, you choose the path that you desire, and you choose that path to go together with like-minded people, it's amazing how we all become those beacons of light. So for now, my name is Mamie Lamley. I believe in empowerment, integrity, and compassion. I believe that each and every one of us has a voice and a mission We just need to decide what it is we want to do. Set our minds and our focus on what we want to attain. And don't forget, share it with the world. Because when we share it with the world, we then begin to build an army of empowered people. So choose. Be a lifelong learner. Be an influencer for those who are reaching out for help and direction. And because you have chosen to live and influence, you then become an empowered leader. So be that empowered leader for others. Aloha, Reuven. Triple fist pump. Bam, bam, bam. So for now, I bid you aloha and ahui ho. Until we meet again, this is Mamie Lamley signing off. Aloha and have an awesome day. Bye.